What's going on, guys? It's Shed. We ended up getting an update from Call of Duty. Modern Warfare 2, Warzone 2, Season 3 Reloaded, Albarin Hatchery, Raid Episode 3, Warzone Ranked Play, and more. Expect more patch notes prior to the launch of Season 3 Reloaded. So they have the overview here. I made a good amount of progress as well on the rest of the weapons. I think I have like 5 more weapons to go or something. All that's left are SMGs. They also have another week of shipment leading up to it, so we should definitely be able to finish it. So overall, Raid Episode 3, I haven't done any of the raids or really much of any DMZ whatsoever. The only time that I ever messed around with DMZ was whenever I was trying to get the M13, when it was like exclusive to getting that. Also, apparently there is some sort of exclusive, quote, electrified skin to beat the new Raid episode on like the hardest difficulty or something. I've never even selected difficulty, so I don't even know if that's a thing, but Tech Ops, Defender, no one cares. Albarin Hatchery 6v6, I mean, there's no way that it's gonna be worse than that other Storm water map that they released. There's no way there's a worse map than that. Giant Infection and 3v3 Face-Off. Experience infected on a massive scale and engage in small team skirmishes with the return of Face-Off. So Face-Off is an interesting one. I would have loved to have Face-Off in the game a lot earlier than this. 1 week left to grind the trophy hunt event. Starting today, you'll earn even more trophies per match. Oh, okay, cool. Basically what I'm saying is, if there's no 3v3 maps for 3v3 Face-Off, then what's the point? Maybe they'll use gunfight maps. Is there even gunfight in this game? I'm one of the top whatever 1,000 players in the world, and I have no idea. Complete the raid to unlock Alex as an operator. So we get Alex back finally. Earn a unique electrified camo by completing Raid Episode 3 on veteran difficulty. I have never done any of these raids, but if there's anyone out there that are like DMZ nerds, I'm kind of interested. I started really thinking about it, like maybe DMZ is kind of fun. I feel like I can make interesting videos on DMZ, but like I just don't feel like it. And the thing is, like, the game only has like what, 6 months left of its life cycle. That's me assuming that they're just gonna stop supporting DMZ after they move on to the next game, but I don't know. I don't know what they really plan to do with that kind of thing. Warzone is a little bit easier to understand, but DMZ, I don't really know if they're gonna commit to adding more to it over time, if it's worth it to them. For all the DMZ players out there though, like, no disrespect, like, hopefully they keep it. Hopefully they do keep building on it, because I don't think it's a bad mode by any means. And I've seen tons of people say that DMZ is more fun than Warzone, but it's obviously still the least popular one. I do think it's super interesting to go and get a new electrified camo, a unique one that is beautiful. I actually really like that, so that's one of the main reasons why I'm even interested in this. Do you have to complete episode 1, 2 before episode 3? Is there like any prerequisite that I actually need? Anyway, Albarin Hatchery, it doesn't look too bad. We'll see how it plays overall with like the spawns and things. I assume this is a spawn point. I assume the other spawn point is on the opposite side of this building, and really it just looks like it's not that big of a map. So, oh, this is the area from the campaign. I remember this. This is the area where we were sniping at. Giant Infection and Face-Off. Take Infected to a new level on bigger maps with more players, or get ultra tactical with the debut of 3v3 Face-Off. Giant Infection. So I assume all these guys here are supposed to be like the zombies or infected or whatever. Team up with the other survivors against infected on larger battle maps, supporting a greater number of players. I mean, I could make a video on this. This probably seems like fun. Face-Off 3v3. Okay, they got more information here. Maybe I'll chill out. In 2011, MW3 made a dedicated multiplayer mode that captured the small team cage match experiences of Rust and Shipment Face-Off. 12 years later, Infinity Ward dug into their history to bring back Face-Off as the ultimate complement to gunfight. Okay, so I assume it's gunfight maps then. If you want to use your own loadouts and play team deathmatch and kill confirmed on gunfight maps, then join Call of Duty veterans who fondly remember Face-Off and celebrate its return with Reloaded. Expect Face-Off to include all current gunfight maps as well as new gunfight maps once they are released in later seasons. Okay, hey, this might be the mode to play when Shipment's gone then. I'm down with that. I was like, man, I really hope they don't make us play 3v3 on these bigger maps. I've never played gunfight on this game, so I have no idea. Hopefully they're decently designed like the Cold War ones. New Warzone updates. It is so needed. Mid-season update expands tactical options with perk packages. New DMZ experience, take a high risk and earn valuable rewards by entering the complex. We hope you're not afraid of the dark. I am, so I'm probably not going. Warzone ranked play. Push your skills to the limit in Warzone ranked play, featuring competitive settings, a progressive rank system, and seasonal rewards. Man, that anti-cheat better be strong. People that are hacking and all sorts of other shit in the multiplayer mode, but I don't think it's like insanely bad. But there are definitely going to be a good amount of people that immediately, as soon as they queue this shit up, they are looking to definitely ruin people's fun in this mode 100%. They have more of an incentive to ruin this mode in comparison to the other modes. They know that you're losing something right here. Instead of just time, you're also losing SR in the process, or having your, you know, good game ruined by some dipshit. So that anti-cheat better be ready. Discover preset perk packages in supply boxes and buy stations. Oh, they basically just make perks lootable now. I don't know exactly how hard any of this stuff has been up to this point. Like, once everybody got the hang of doing the first one, I don't really know. I assume everybody knows how to complete them, so it shouldn't be too difficult. I don't know if it's the type of thing where like you could literally just get straight up carried through it, or if you need everybody to perform at once, because if it's a case where like if I found like 3 other DMZ vets that needed to carry me through the episodes in order for me to get to episode 3, I'm sure that some part of it is still going to depend on my performance, right? like if I need to know when to hit a certain button or some shit like that, do I need to know that or what? Because I don't want to have to ruin and waste everyone's time, because it's just like World of Warcraft raid or some shit like that. If you don't know what you're doing and you go and die, you're setting everyone else back. On the heels of multiplayer ranked play in MW2 comes Warzone ranked play beta. I like how they have it in beta here for us to like, what, have some sort of excuse for if it's like a bad experience or something. Realistically, the way that you guys treat these things, whether you call them a beta or not, you still develop them the same exact way that you would a quote beta, at least the original idea of what a beta is. Warzone 2 is still in beta. Start from bronze and continue climbing through the ranks through winning matches, earning high placements, and a skill rating system tailored for battle royale ranked mode. Bronze 0 to 899 SR, silver, gold, platinum, diamond, crimson, iridescent, and then top 250. So it's the same rank, same order. Are these the new ranked play ones? So they're like different from the regular multiplayer ranked skins then. That's interesting. I actually really like that. I was wondering if they were going to do a similar thing where like whatever your rating is at the end of the season, if it's going to signify whether it's like a Warzone earn thing or a multiplayer earn thing. So basically if you hit like top 250 in multiplayer, but then also hit top 250 in Warzone, you would have two different top 250 skins that you would be able to distinguish between each other. It's nice that they're both unique. Entering a match requires a modest SR entry fee. Okay, so you lose a little bit by entering this way. It's a bit different from MP, but this makes sense. See the end of the match SR summary for a rundown of SR adjustments. I have a feeling there's probably going to be like some inconsistencies in those SR adjustments, or there's going to be people like, well, I got like 15 kills right here, but in my SR adjustment, my other game, I only got 12 kills, but they rewarded me more SR for the 12 kills than it did the 15 kills. The best of the best will be featured in the top 250 skill division, as well as on a public leaderboard for all to see. So the one big difference between multiplayer to Warzone is that in multiplayer, it's obviously a smaller player pool per match, so the skill base is able to do its job a little bit better. Whereas in Warzone, it's very, very unlikely that if you're, for example, say a top 250 player, it's very, very unlikely that you're going to find 150 or 100 or however many players are going to be in here. I don't know the rule set or anything yet, so I don't want to assume, but near at least 100 other top 250 players, that's never really going to be a thing. Also, not likely you're going to find, 100, 150, crimson and up players. You might end up dipping down into some diamond player, even being a top 250 player in the battle royale space. So I'm not going to play it myself. I'm still definitely going to be watching at least some of my favorite people that I enjoyed watching, playing solos or whatever. Is it solo only? Is it squad only? Is it going to be two separate playlists? Like, what are we doing here? So, like, if I'm a solo player, I probably can't queue this. Because, see, over in multiplayer, I could queue without anybody, no problem, and still climb my way all the way up into iridescent. But would that be the case with Warzone? Would it be possible to solo climb your way there with other players if squads are absolutely needed? Me, personally, I know they probably don't have this plan. Maybe they didn't even really think about it, but I feel like there should be a ranked solo mode, and then there should be a ranked squads mode. Because I think that there is a clear difference in skill sets between a solo player and an actual squad player as well. Solos also play much different than squads do. And you can't say that solos aren't competitive because they have also featured them in multiple competitive tournaments with cash prizes. One thing that I could think of is if I queue solo, if they are forcing me to do squads, 4 people, maybe the solo player that joined that squad will earn a little bit extra by not queuing with a squad, because it's less likely that, their teammates are even going to listen to them and all this other stuff. The solo player just deals with more. It's just a fact. Plunder's back. That's nice. Earn Season 3 weapon camos. Okay. Complete challenges to get not 1, but 2 new weapon camos for every weapon category in the game. 2 new secondary weapons and 1 sharp projectile. Unload on your enemies with 2 new handguns launching in the mid-season update. 2 handguns, really. Both fully automatic, plus the throwing star becomes a lethal part of your arsenal. Wait, wasn't the throwing star already in the game? Kevin Durant, the Reaper, comes to Call of Duty. Arguably the GOAT at his own game, KD, Kevin Durant, is dropping into Takeover Hour. Complete 1 weapon category to unlock a new camouflage for every weapon in that category. Complete all 10 to earn another new camo for every weapon category, plus a new weapon charm that shows you mastered the reloaded trophy hunt. Here's my thing. Once I go and get this Grand Mastery charm, I don't know, man. I mean, I could do this, but the new weapons, the F-Tac Siege, it looks like a Tech 9, basically. So we got the Tech 9 secondary, which will be nice, and then we have the GS Magna. This is the fully automatic Desert Eagle that people were talking about. Fully automatic Desert Eagle boasts a thunderous rate of fire and enough firepower to put an end to anyone foolish enough to cross your path. Hold down the trigger and let the 50 cal speak for itself. Tell me you could put these akimbo. And then now there he is, Kevin Durant. I was worried he was gonna look stupid, but he actually looks really good. Face scan looks real clean, accurate. Oh yeah, that looks like him. It's gonna be so odd though, because he's definitely not 7 feet tall. If they're adding NBA players, and then they also had that whole World Cup thing where they added Messi and Pogba, and would they add more NBA players? Remember that they had Trae Young in the one commercials that they had leading up to Modern Warfare 2's release, release or Warzone thing or whatever. So I mean, they probably have some sort of deal with Trae Young too, right? 2009 weapon audio bundle. So Lockman Classic, so it's an MP5, and then I assume what, the M4, whatever. I'm gonna assume the M4 probably has a grenade launcher on it. Some new edgy skins. These are cool. I wish that they would release like cool style bundles like this like much sooner. Like right after New Year's, I'd say, is when they should just start pumping out like just wild shit. COD League team packs, new camos and shit like that, and they're not all the same design, which is really nice. I swear on these other games, every time they showed these like CDLs, they were just like different colors with the same weapon. I thought that was kind of whack because all of these teams and brands and stuff all have like their own specific styles, and they should be represented that way in the camo. What? Okay. I don't even know what to say anymore. You know what? I'm all for it. Fuck it. We got giant rats in the game now. Fuck it. Kevin Durant smoking rat packs with 2009 YouTube audio whilst gaining SR. I mean, the game just gets crazier and crazier, but at this point, this shit is cursed, and I'm all for it. I actually love this. So, Season 3 is coming. It actually looks really interesting, and I don't really know how Warzone is gonna go. I probably would try out Warzone Ranked if there were solos, but since there's likely not going to be solos, that's my assumption anyway. It's just gonna be sweaty 4v4. I don't actually like watching squad BR gameplay. I think solos is a lot more interesting, and I think solo ranked would be way more interesting to watch than squad ranked shit. But Kevin Durant looks good. Fully automatic Desert Eagle seems ridiculous and kind of strange that it's just not some kind of attachment and it's just a completely different weapon. I like these ranked skins. I like the fact that the ranked is coming. Might try out a little bit of DMZ too. Looks interesting. Infected looks fun. Definitely should make a video on that. Face-off mode is coming as well, so instead of needing shipment every single year or Nuketown every single year, you could just have face-off, make a few small maps, and then whenever you guys decide to inevitably take away everyone's favorite game modes and playlists, they could just go to face-off. The people that prefer the small, fast-paced game mode, just respawn kill, respawn kill, respawn kill. That's what I like. So within a week, we're supposed to be getting the full patch notes. We'll see how the meta changes and stuff like that. Hopefully they don't mess with the sniper rifles or anything. I've been seeing a lot of people, you know, actually hitting clips and stuff like that now with the sniper rifles and shit. Actual nice shots, actual entertaining looking gameplay. Although ultimately it still comes down to, you know, being solo. Solos is still the most entertaining mode to watch when it's like high level player that's going for high kills. Still the most entertaining shit to watch.